Good morning, honorable judges. My name is Alvian Thimotius Omalor from Sapta Andika Junior High School. First of all, thank you for giving me the opportunity to perform today. Before I begin, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt small, different, or like you don't belong anywhere? Well, today I will tell you a story about someone who felt exactly the same way, a tiny girl, but with a heart full of courage and hope. So, please enjoy a beautiful story of Thumbelina. Look at my garden full of flowers bright, red and yellow, shining in the light. Butterflies are dancing in the air. Such lovely world beyond compare. Once upon a time, there lived a kind but lonely woman. She had everything except one thing she wanted the most, a child. Every night, she would sit quietly and whisper, I wish I had a child, even a tiny one, please. One day, a fairy came and gave her a magical seed. The woman planted the seed with hope in her heart. The next morning, something magical happened. A beautiful flowers bloomed in her pot. Suddenly, the flower opened. Inside, there was a tiny little girl. She named her Thumbelina. Thumbelina grew up happily. She slept in a walnut shell covered with soft petals. But one night, everything changed. In the darkness, a cold and ugly toad crept into the room. He looked at her and whispered, what a beautiful girl! She will be the perfect one for my son! Before Thumbelina could wake up, the toad grabbed her and jumped away into the night. Where am I? Help! Please help me! The next morning, Thumbelina woke up alone on a leaf in the middle of a river. Below her, some little fish saw her crying. Bloop, 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 bloop. A tiny girl. She doesn't belong here. Let's help her. Bloop, 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 bloop. They beat the stem of a leaf, and slowly the leaf drifted away, and Thumbelina was free. As she traveled along the river, a beetle suddenly flew down and carried her away. You are beautiful. When they reached the tree, other insects gathered around. They looked at her and laughed. She's strange. She's not like us. She only has 2 legs. Hearing this word, Thumbelina felt sad. Why am I never accepted? Ashamed, a beetle left her alone on a flower. When winter came, everything became cold and harsh. She was freezing and hungry. Finally, she found a shelter in the home of a kind field mouse. But one day, the mouse said, you should marry my neighbor. Yeah, you should marry my neighbor, the rich mole. Suddenly, the rich mole came. Yeah, it's me. The sun is useless and the flowers are meaningless. Thumbelina felt sad. One day, Thumbelina found a small swallow lying weak and cold. Oh no, you are hurt? Even though she was afraid, she took care of him in secret. Slowly, the swallow recovered. And when spring came, he opened his eyes and said, Thank you for saving my life. Come with me now, let's fly together. Thumbelina looked down. I can't leave yet. So the swallow flew away. One day, Thumbelina stood outside, looking at the sky, and whispered, "Is this really my destiny?" Suddenly, she heard a familiar voice. "Tweet, tweet, 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 come with me!" It was the swallow. Thumbelina kindly said, "Yes, yes, please take me away." So they flew high across the sky, far, far, far away. The swallow gently placed her on a white flower. Inside the flower stood a tiny prince. He looked at her kindly and said, "Ah, gorgeous girl, will you be my queen?" Yeah? For the first time, Thumbelina smiled with her happiness. "Yes, yes, I will, yeah." In the end, Thumbelina found where she truly belonged. Ladies and gentlemen, this story teaches us that no matter how small or different we are, we all deserve to be loved and accepted. Sometimes we must go through many difficulties and painful moments before we finally find where we truly belong. That is the beautiful story of Thumbelina. Thank you for your attention and see you in the next story. Satu kali take